We're live. We're live. We're live. We're live. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Thank you for joining on this wonderful Wednesday. Good morning, baby.
Good morning, sweetheart. How you doing?
I'm good. I'm good. I'm good. It is Wonderful Wednesday, otherwise known as Hump Day, otherwise known as Evaluation Day.
One of the best days of the week.
Absolutely.
I consider it the second most important day of your work week. But Wednesdays are really, really important, and Wednesdays really, really good. We call, Lisa and I together, we call Wednesday Evaluation Day.
Yes.
Because we both are coaches, and we encourage our clients to get on a 5-day work week. I want my clients to work 5 days a week because the weekends matter. And anything you do on the weekend is just bonus. But on Evaluation Day, we encourage you to ask yourself 2 questions. We've been asking guys to do this for years now.
You're right.
The 2 questions we ask you to ask yourself.
Number 1.
Question number 1 is, what am I doing correctly?
Aha.
Ask yourself, what are you doing correctly, or even kind of correctly?
And
this is based upon how you use your time. This week, this Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday so far, what have I done correctly this week?
Absolutely.
Have I offered my services to anyone or enough times? Have I studied anything? Have I followed up with anyone? Have I touched anybody's life? Have I done anything good? What am I doing correctly or even kind of correctly? When I say kind of correctly, it's like a baby learning to walk.
Absolutely.
They wobble a lot, but we lovingly encourage the wobble in the fall.
And we celebrate the wobble.
And the fall. We do.
And the fall.
We
Like, I don't
that.
understand why, as adults, we don't realize how important celebration is in every step along the way.
Imagine if we did that.
Imagine if we did that.
That young person who starts a business that fails in 3 months. Or 2 months even, or even a month.
Absolutely.
Why don't we say,
celebrate.
You gave it a
you
shot.
You gave it a try. Instead, we say, now you finish with your little business. Now you can get back and find a job.
That's right. Now go get a real job.
Now go get a real job.
We encourage the opposite. So that's question number 1. What are you doing correctly or even kind of correctly? And question number 2 is, if I had this time to do it over again, what would I have done differently?
Yes.
What would I have done differently? Note, we never ask you to ask yourself, what am I doing wrong?
Yeah.
That sets up a bad answer.
Well, the thing is that we are capable of finding something wrong.
That's the challenge. You're right.
Absolutely.
If you look, you find the stuff, all of the stuff that you go looking for.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
So that's as a tip, men, and if you ladies with teenage men, teach your boys to never, ever, ever ask their significant others this question. Never ask your significant other, baby, what's wrong?
Oh. I cannot.
Unless you're in the mood to argue about something.
No, what? You asked me. No, you never.
I've never asked you what's wrong. I say, how are you? Is what I want to know.
Or you'll say, now you have gone so far as to say, is there anything that I owe you an apology for?
I'd said that, yes. Yes. If you're harumphing or something, baby, is there anything that I owe you an apology for?
Right.
Because that's the point I want to get to. I don't want to go through all the other stuff to get to that point. Baby, is there anything I owe you an apology for? And if I do, I want to go ahead and give that apology and get past it quickly.
Good
What did you title today's show, baby?
Are you operating in your strength?
Are you operating in your strength? Love it.
Absolutely. Yesterday, I had an opportunity to hang out with a group of podcasters, and I felt like the senior citizen in the room, but it was awesome, and it was really fun.
Were.
Yeah, well, it was podcasters and wannabe podcasters. So it was some people that were like, I want to start a podcast. And other people were like, oh yeah, I've been doing this for a long time. This is our 2nd year. And I'm like, this is our 5th year. Matter of fact, we're entering into our 6th year. Mm-hmm. And it was a lot of, listen, go with your strength. They're like, I don't know what my subject should be. I don't know what I should do.
Talk about? Oh,
what do you want to talk about? I don't want to run out of topics. I don't want to run out of things to say. Have you ever woken up and were unable to say anything?
Something's going on.
Yeah, I know, but it's not sounding. So I'm going to try to ignore it.
All right, that's fine, no problem.
So is a lot of that is overcoming the imagination that you don't have enough strength for the task that you are setting forth to do.
That's true. That's true. But also there's still value in those wobbly days, the beginning. The other day, Facebook Memories blessed me with a memory of you and I on our show in 2016.
Yes.
We did a show like this, Empowerment Duo, talking about it in 2016. And in the comments, baby, I even said stuff like, if you can't catch the full recording here, go to Lisa's page and catch it, because we had a lot of technical difficulties at the time. We didn't know if our show was going to make it to the end, because it would get garbled and all that. Technology wasn't as good in 2016 as it is right now with these kinds of things. So just that learning time period that we had to go through, it was value in that to me.
Dr. Beverly, I'm trying to read and understand your comment. And Dr. Deborah says, I love that title. Good morning, Jacqueline. Dr. Beverly says, are you operating in your strength? Yes, and possibly no. Does that question mean, am I operating in my strength and getting paid, or am I just operating in my strength?
It doesn't have anything to do with getting paid.
No.
Okay. It doesn't have anything to do with getting paid. It's just you're operating in your strength. You're doing things that are in the area where you are gifted or strong or interested or curious about. Okay. So it has nothing to do with getting paid, because that does come. Okay.
Absolutely. And that's what I was going to say. So that was another comment that was in the podcast room that I was in, right? Okay. I was actually at Clubhouse yesterday. I have a very short Clubhouse limit, because when you jump into Clubhouse, your life will pass away.
It's so easy.
Go.
Well, I like Clubhouse, but I do have to take commercials from it.
I have to say time out, right? Because I've been here long enough. So one of the big questions is, what am I going to talk about? What do people want to hear me say? And how long am I going to do this without getting paid? And can I get paid from having my podcast? And all of these other things. And honestly, that is not the most important thing. It's really never been the most important thing for us. And we actually caught a lot of slack from people who were intentionally trying to be helpful, and we love them for it, but they couldn't understand or see the value of podcasting at that time. Like, it wasn't a big wave of podcasting.
Right. People wanted to help out.
Yeah.
Give us suggestions, but didn't understand our mission, If I was to estimate how much income in the last 5 years we've earned just from having a show, dare I make a number?
The reason why I say no, I welcome you to
I know
do
Lisa
whatever
don't
you
like
want,
me to do that,
but I want people to understand that that's not the reason for the show.
We never did directly on the show.
No.
But let me say it to you.
Okay. None of that matters to me.
Oh.
The number doesn't even matter to me.
Okay.
Because quite honestly, I can't duplicate it, because it all happened organically and naturally. Mm-hmm. So for me to throw a number out and to put a number out and get everybody all excited about, if we do the same thing, we can do the same thing. Well, maybe you can, maybe you can't. Our audience has been directly connected with us on this journey because we fit.
Oh, my Lord. That's such a great way of saying it. Our audience has been with us on this journey. You guys have been with us when the show was really, really rocky, and then it got smoothed out. Just so you know, we do have a guest today.
Yes, and we're excited.
We got us a guest today. She'll be up in 7 minutes. In 7 minutes, our guest is going to come live. We got another good one. Y'all think we had some good guests up to now? We got another one.
Absolutely. So operating in your strength is really an opportunity to see yourself for and what you are, for who you are and what you were created for.
It's a little bit tricky though. Let me tell you why. Because we're such varied adults, people All of us. We have more than one skill. All of us have more than one skill. And there are a lot of things that you could do good. Okay? There are a lot of things you can do good. And there's some things you could do good that you don't even like. You can still do it good. You know, like that job. You can do a good job at it, but you don't even like the job. The last job I had was for 3 months. It was in 2013. That was, I mean, before that was my own job, but that was the last time I was really going to someone else's job personally and clocking in on the computer and all that kind of stuff. Mm-hmm. But I was really good at it. I got my second month there. I got the top salesperson award. It was all selling by phone. It was just on the phone all day. And I didn't like it. I did not like it. But even though I didn't like it, I could still be good enough in it to get an award.
Yeah, that is a challenging thing because sometimes who and what you are brings about excellence. You know, when you operate in integrity, when you operate in, as the scripture says, in all things as unto the Lord, right? When you do give your best, and you often will see that in and of itself is a strength. Good morning, Brittany. Thank you for joining.
This is going to be confession time for me because the whole premise of telling people to be who you really are, to be yourself, be your own person, I thought it was tricky, especially when you tell kids that because they don't know yet. That's what I thought. You know, like when I first got with you, I used to think when you tell that to the young people, they don't know who they are yet. They're still trying to discover that, you know. But I've grown a little bit too. But the seeking of who you really are is the more important part of it than the being, I think. Good morning, Brother Mark. How you doing?
He says, excellence. I love that word. Absolutely. I love operating in excellence. Dr. Deborah says, I'm rebranding and launching my healing podcast. The goal was never money, but being a resource. I really enjoy it. I'm also planning to launch nonprofit tips podcast with that same goal. Absolutely. And there's nothing that I think that's awesome.
Both of those. Because that's who you are, and they both are great ideas. And the perspective of doing it to be a resource.
And that was actually one of the comments that I made in the chat room yesterday was, if you start out doing something and you find out that's not what you want to do anymore, stop. You're your own boss. You get to decide.
The doing these kinds of podcasts because you have something to say. I just find tremendous value in it. Mm-hmm. The Sales Confidence Podcast, it's going to grow into something huge. But right now, the following is small. But every Tuesday, I'm putting out good content. I'm enjoying it still. We got 2 minutes to, I guess, y'all.
That's also something that I encourage people not to do. Check on your following. That is like planting a seed and digging it up every other day.
Yeah.
I'm going to plant this seed.
There's a lot going on
and I'm going to dig up this.
Wait a minute. I don't have any tree yet?
Right. I just planted this seed this morning and I don't have a tree. Wait a minute. It ain't no shade. Who did this?
Or planting and then looking for grass next week.
Absolutely.
It takes longer than that.
It does.
Okay.
Jacqueline said, I created my podcast almost 9 years ago. And good morning again, was being obedient and was clueless and scared. However, God truly blessed me. I have over 60,000 listens and numbers to continue to climb. Although I have been on a leave for over a year, planning to return in January and upgrade my program. Feeling excited.
How about that?
Absolutely.
And you should feel excited. How about that? So good morning again to Brittany. Good morning, Mark.
Good morning, Miss Phyllis. Thank you for joining
us. Good morning, Dr. Deborah. Good morning, Dr. Beverly. And good morning to all of you folks who are watching who chose not to say anything. And we know you are because we can see our analytics. We know there's a lot of y'all just watch just for enjoyment and don't even say hi.
And we appreciate you. We definitely appreciate
1 minute to our guest. We got 1 minute. We're bringing her up.
Yes, Mr. Timekeeper.
Mm-hmm. I'm excited for you, Dr. Deborah, rebranding your podcast. And I'm excited that you're doing 2 of them. And both of them in areas of your expertise, but they're different.
Absolutely. Okay? Absolutely. Let's go ahead. I'm looking to bring up the bio for my something went wrong. There we go. I got it. Good morning, Stephanie.
I hope you do have the bio.
Good morning, Gabe. Stephanie says, good morning. I took a leave in my brief live, but I would like to restart them. Good.
Ron's in the house. Good morning, sir.
Love that. Hey, that's Jay Ron.
Yes, he told me to call him Ron.
I know.
I asked him before,
good
what you
morning.
want me to call you? He said, just call me Ron. So
he ain't tell you to call him Delicious?
No, I ain't finna call no another dude Delicious.
Brittany says the sunshine is beautiful this morning. Amen. It is. Good morning, Julie Ray Hammondtree. Thank you for joining this morning. Thank you so much for joining this morning. And I am excited that you are here. But I'm excited for my guest. So
we're going to do the right way.
I am going to read her bio. Before Pamela's 20 years of event management and facilitating an array of events, she has experienced the event challenges of where you may be today, such as having fabulous ideas, no money or budget to support your ideas, and needing a supportive team to help, a lack of strategy to get clients for events. Pamela has taken the hard knocks of school with supportive training to become a professional and well-respected entrepreneur that she is, as well as building 4 profitable businesses: Howard & Howard Event Management and Catering, Trendy Heels and Totes, A Perfect Choice Hair Salon and Day Spa, and now Pamela Plans. She has created and mastered amazing event strategies that are clearly defined in 6 steps that will give you the event successes that relieves the event pains most small business owners are facing today, and most of all, a profitable return. Her secret success is driving strategy and value to take care of the bottom line while providing a vehicle to further one's company goals that will leverage, spend, and returning dollars to the budget. We're bringing to the stage,
our friend and our guest to you, Pamela. Go ahead, Howard.
Yes.
Good morning.
Good morning. Y'all are such a joy to watch.
Now, we've read your bio, but I want to give you a moment or two to please introduce yourself to our loving audience.
Yes. Thank you so much for having me. I'm so excited and honored to be here. My name's Pamela Howard. I am your local event planning specialist, and I am here to give you event experiences that's worth remembering.
We appreciate you so much.
Now, we do appreciate you so much. You and your husband, and we know you, Pam. We've seen you around a bunch of times. You've been to our events. We've been to events that you've done for years now, 5-6 years now, at least, okay, since 2015. And my initial meeting of you was with you and your husband were catering an event.
Okay.
I think that's the first time I met you guys.
Yes.
The food was good, and you guys were wonderfully hospitable in your service of the food. But I've also seen you grow your business. Those 6 steps you was talking about, I've seen you grow the planning business. I've seen you talk about different things in different venues. You've been on our stuff and spoken before.
Yes.
Too. So I love your journey as an entrepreneur. If you would talk a little bit about your journey and your courageousness of being willing to go from that part of it, catering, to event planning, to consulting and all that kind of stuff. Please, if you would.
It's funny because a lot of people ask me, did I always have this passion to be a planner? And it kind of ties into an event that I have coming up actually tonight. And the answer is no. It was not like I always wanted to be this event planner, be in hospitality. My background was actually in the medical field. And I was a licensed cosmetologist for about 10 years. But through that, through those growing pains, I started learning what my strengths were. And, I started the company with my husband, Howard & Howard Event Management and Catering. And through 17 years of building that business, then, it's like, how you know that you know that you know. And then I birthed Pamela Plans. And, my event journey actually started while I was preparing for my wedding, believe it or not. I did all the right things.
Makes sense.
I did all the right things. I researched, I hired a planner. I went and followed their timeline, their steps, and did all those things. But the thing of it is, being the consumer, being the one that was on the end of purchasing, nothing went right, believe it or not. Beautiful wedding, but the behind the scenes was horrible. And I learned that what separates an expert from someone that's just doing something is that they don't let what's behind the scenes show, because things are going to happen. And unfortunately, even though I had a really bad planning experience, it just taught me that if you're going to be an expert, whatever it is that you do, you have to have contingency plans, because things will happen. And as an expert, knowing that things will happen, you have to be prepared for that. And that's what experts do versus, I don't want to say the wrong thing, but I'm going to say the pretend or the shade tree experts.
It's all right. I got to read you this. Dr. Beverly says, oh my goodness. She can pass for Dr. Deborah's sister. And then she says, beautiful Miss Pamela.
Oh, thank you.
Good morning, Katura. Thank you for joining. Monica Pearson is back. Haven't seen you in a minute.
What?
Thank you so much for coming back,
Monica,
sister.
good morning.
And Stephanie says, I ain't fitting. I know, Stephanie.
I was
from New York.
doing Cedric the Entertainer. That's what I was doing.
I ain't finna call no grown man delicious.
So now, are you, I almost want to ask you challenging questions. Are you up for that?
You talking to me?
Yes, you. Yes.
Oh, I'm sorry. Okay, go ahead.
Can I ask you tougher questions?
Go ahead. Give me what you got.
All right, because I do respect your experience, and I do respect your journey, your entrepreneurial journey. The fact that it's so varied, I think, adds to your strength. But you were very careful when you was introducing what you do. You said you're a local event planning specialist. Why do you want to emphasize local?
Because I'm all about community. Okay. I'm all about community. And although I do things abroad, I like to take care of home first. Why go abroad when you can get it right here?
What about like
sometimes
Kentucky,
I think we go too abroad and we miss what's right in front of us.
I agree, but I think so much of the world is going more virtual, though, and I think your skills could do it virtually in Kentucky as well as you could do it in Charlotte. Yeah,
true. Being that this is the day that we are living in, absolutely. And I do things virtually. Local, I guess, is just my niche.
Okay. Yeah. And there's plenty of business right here to do, no doubt. Mr. Clem Morris says, excellent conversation. Okay, good. Well, we know Pamela a little bit and we like her, so it's easy for us to talk to her. Okay.
So Pamela, tell me a little bit about you have an event coming up.
Yeah.
You have a virtual event coming up. Tell the audience a little bit about what to expect at that event.
Yes, I'm excited about it because it's all about, similar to your talk today, the theme of your show, your strengths, is what's strong with me. A lot of times it's easy to identify what's wrong with you, and people can identify what's wrong with you. And sometimes we overlook what's strong with us because we're focusing on what's wrong all the time. And so, I started months ago, I started a group called Win Wednesday. And today is Wednesday, so it's Winning Wednesday. Yes. And Winning Wednesday for me is all about a mindset. You had mentioned earlier in the show, I was listening and you was talking about this old hump day. Well, my thought process is to get away from the hump day. Start your day on Wednesday. Think about all your wins. Before you know it, it's the weekend and that's a win. And then you've already prepared for the upcoming week. And then you're right back at Wednesday again. But it's all about a mindset. And so finding what's strong with you is helping you to develop that mindset, your strengths, focus on your strengths. See, I believe that God give us all gifts and talents, and we can use those talents to live the life that he wants us to live, be in that life that he wants us to live. And some people just don't know how to pull out those strengths in them. And so that's what we're going to be doing on tonight at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.
All right. What do you call tonight's event again, please?
What's strong with you?
What's strong with you? And for people that want to take part in that, how do they do it?
They can actually join my Facebook page, which is Win Wednesday. If you can't find it, which you should be able to, I didn't put it in here, but you can find me at P Howard Plans, and it'll pop up. That's the link there to join on Facebook. We are going to do a Zoom so that people can actually come together. And so I put the Zoom link in there as well, so you can join Zoom. So either way, it's going to stream live on Facebook, but we are going to do it through Zoom.
Stephanie Morris says, Winning Wednesday. I love it. It is my day off. Wednesday is her day off, too.
See, that's a win right there.
And she also says, love the focus on strength. What's strong with you? Dr. Deborah says, what's strong with me is a unique way to look at it. She likes that.
Oh,
Stephanie
yeah.
Morris says, this is key. I would love to attend. And she also agreed with Dr. Deborah. Okay.
Wonderful.
So she's invited, right? So she's invited.
Yes. And just so you know, go ahead.
The link to join the Zoom is directly in the comments. It's actually clickable. They can get it there and be able to register. I'll be able to connect with you on Zoom for tonight at 7 p.m.
Excellent.
So it's you have such a sweet spirit about you. It's very likely somebody's watching you today and enjoying what you say. They're enjoying your smile, and they want to connect with you, or they might want to be supportive of things that you're doing going forward. People that want to connect with you, how do you prefer they do that?
You know, the best way to connect with me, go to my website as PamelaPlans.com. You go there. It's pretty straightforward. You select a date, and we will chat about whatever you want to chat about.
Oh, so you offering what is that? A free consultation?
Free consultation. You want to get to know me. You want me to get to know you. You want to learn more about how to win and win on Wednesday. Best way to contact me. Once you do that, you're on my calendar. It's done.
Cool. Now, once they're on your calendar, it's done. What does that mean? That means you get to follow up with them or invite them to stuff, or what?
So no, it's not a commitment other than to that appointment. So, we take those first 15 minutes and we talk about what it is you want to talk about in those 15 minutes. If I need to give you an action step, I can do that. Or next step, and some people just want to do a fill out process, and that's fine too. I'm all about connection.
Absolutely. Stephanie Morris says, growing up, you don't have many people recognizing your strengths, good qualities. They focus on the negative.
That's true.
Mm-hmm.
And so I look forward to hearing more about Win Wednesday. I won't be able to attend tonight because on tonight we are hosting the Publish You class at 7 p.m. for those who want to find out how to choose the best option for writing, publishing, promoting, and creating a platform for their book. I am teaching that tonight, and I look forward to having those who have not already participated, have already participated in that so that we can just continue to get the next crop of authors there.
Dr. Beverly, our friend Dr. Beverly, she's been with our show for years. She just saw something and Pamela Howard's name. What she saw was how the number 4 ward can you be? Plan with Pam.
Wow.
Yep. Now she does that to us too. We'll be saying something. She say, I see a book, and this is the title for you guys.
Thank you so much for that.
How?
You never know who's watching.
Yeah. And that could be, it came to her, but she can use, and she's using this show as a conduit, but it could be just another key that you need to open another door.
Absolutely. Listen, I may be a coach and a consultant, but I'm coachable as well.
Well, all good coaches use coaches, and more than one.
Exactly.
Okay? No one ever achieves great levels of success in anything without coaching and mentoring. Not in sports, not in business, not in the arts, not in anything. No one ever has, and no one ever will. No one has lived long enough by themselves to have all the answers.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So we are enjoying you. So tell us now, I'm going to give you some room. Because sometimes Lisa and I are really, really good at asking you the right questions and giving you a chance to showcase your expertise. But sometimes I miss it. So I want to give you some room right now with our audience. Our audience is entrepreneurial. Our audience is mature. Our audience is loving. Our audience is supportive. And they do support each other. They support our guests as well. So given some room here, what would you like to share with our loving audience? What would you like to leave them with?
I was thinking about that, and I think that I want to leave them with some entrepreneurial event tips. Okay. So one of the things that I have found to be helpful for entrepreneurs is entrepreneurial event etiquette. If you're going to actually, you're going to attend an event, 100% attend, don't procrastinate. Just go ahead and register or either just purchase your ticket. Don't procrastinate. That, you sleep, you lose, or you snooze, you lose, if you want me to be grammatically correct. So, go ahead and purchase your ticket. And if you're going to attend, show up. Show up. Don't just no show. If you're not going to show, cancel the ticket, because there may be someone waiting that may want to go. And then also, if you are going to go, be on time. Nobody likes someone that's late. Now, I know that things happen, beyond our control, but in good entrepreneurial practice, show up if you're going to attend. And then when you get there, be prepared. Be prepared. I think a lot of people miss out on opportunity because they're not prepared. They're focusing on what's wrong instead of what's strong. And
take it the other way. If you want to put on an event, if you're the host of the event, is there a particular etiquette that you encourage?
I do. If you're going to host an event, then I would say know your audience, first of all. Don't just be putting out a bunch of information just because y'all friends on Facebook. They may not even be interested in what you're doing. So make sure you know your audience. Make sure you have a budget. The whole cliche, I don't know what my budget is. You need to know. And I'm going to tell you in short, your budget is an accumulation of income you're going to receive from that event, an accumulation of expenses that you're going to receive from your event. Of course, your profit needs to be outweighing your expense. And then you create your budget from there. If you're in the red, then you need to find a way to make more money, whether that's raising tickets, raising your sales prices on your tickets, finding more things to sell at your event, getting sponsors, whatever it is. But you need to have a budget. And then you need to know how to get people in the seats. You need to get there. People coming to see you. You need to know how to market your event. You need to know what to do when you get there. Everybody knows entrepreneurs wear a bunch of hats. But when you're the expert and you're showing up and people are paying to come and see you, they don't need to see all them hats. You need to be there, be the expert, and put systems in place. Let your systems work for you, whether that's a virtual system or whether it's people there in person. And then you need that team. I'm putting the cart before the horse, but you need a team. And again, that team can be a virtual team or it can be your physical team. And by all means, have a contingency plan. Always have in the back of your mind that things can happen. Somebody cannot show up. Something can get misplaced. Something can go wrong. Troubleshoot all before that time. Have those contingencies in place. And this is not a part of my 6 steps, but it should be. Fortune is always in the follow-up. When you host an event, follow up with those people, even if it's just a thank you. It gives you an opportunity to open that door for them to come back again. Next time, they can be your VIP guests. Another opportunity to increase your revenue for your event.
That's been wonderful. I enjoyed that very much. That was complete too. That was really good. Thank
you. Thanks to the sales coach.
That's right. We have had a session.
Yes, we have.
I can't ever talk to anybody, even our guests, without thinking of places where I could be helpful. And I saw some places too. I want to talk with you again, but I always enjoy your time.
Thank you.
Anything else you want to leave her with?
No, I appreciate you jumping on.
Can you hang out in the green room for a little bit?
Yeah, sure.
All right. Thank you very much. It looks like you guys enjoyed hers like I knew you would. Thank you to our guest again today. She was wonderful. She mentioned something. She goes, your team. If you're going to do something, your team. Let me tell you, oh my God, because it sent a cold chill up my back when I remembered this time. A few years ago, I had an opportunity to speak at BIG. BIG stands for Blacks in Government, and it's a huge event. And this year was going to be in New Orleans. It was a few years ago. And I got an opportunity to be a speaker there, a sales speaker there. And so it was a big deal. I flew to New Orleans, and I did this one by myself. Okay, Lisa did not come with me. Okay, so when I got to the event, it was way bigger than I thought it was going to be. The whole hotel was full. Every floor was full, and every meeting room of a big hotel was full with Black people in government. Okay, that's what it was. Blacks in Government event. Packed. And I spoke 3 times over 2 days. And every time I spoke, my room was filled to the brim. Every room was filled, okay? I had like 300 people in the room every time. And I brought with me everything I wanted to sell. I brought with me the books I had to sell, and they sold out like right away. So then people wanted my stuff. They wanted orders. And I remember one time I had just finished speaking, and people would crowd the speaker, and I had no support. I had no help. And people wanted to talk to me, but they also wanted to purchase. Some people wanted to buy my books and order them, and some people wanted to talk about the event. And I was lost by myself. I was underwater. I couldn't handle it all until one older lady realized what was going on. This brother needs some help. So she came behind the desk where I was sitting, lost, and says, look, people that want to get the book, y'all get over here, okay? And I needed that lady's help too. So there's something to be said about trying to do stuff by yourself. You need some help. All of us need help. I think that's the last time I tried to do an event like that without Lisa. You miss your water when your well runs dry. You miss it when it's not there, man. Come on. You take it for granted. I take it for granted how much Lisa helped me the very first day we met. The very first time Lisa and I met. Have y'all heard the story about how we met the first time in person? Has anybody here heard the story? Y'all probably don't want to hear it. Okay.
I'm grateful for our guest. I'm grateful, so grateful for Pamela. Thank you so much for coming on. I appreciate the new connections that were made. Stephanie said, thank you for the connection. That was complete. Yes, teamwork makes the dream work, and get good help for your event. Absolutely.
Get good help.
Absolutely. Jacqueline says, as an etiquette teacher, this is great. Event etiquette, hugging you right now, Pamela.
Oh, she's hugging Pamela.
Stephanie says, these are great tips. I love it. Thank you so much. Good morning, Felicia.
Having good help, having right help. That makes a difference. Dr. Deborah says having the right help at your event is definitely necessary. Imagine you had somebody in your team want to be contrarian. I don't know if we should do it like that. I don't know. It's better not to have that person.
Dr. Beverly, I know you have heard the story a million times. She says, tell the story. Brian has told the story to death.
I ain't telling it no more. But I will say this one thing. The first time I met Lisa in person, she was coming to support an event. How about that? Pamela Howard's here. An event that I was doing. I was doing a workshop called Sell Your Services Like a Superstar. It's going to be a 3-hour event. And I lived in Greensboro. The event was going to be in Charlotte. It was a 3-hour event. I had rented the meeting room, had nice round tables, and I could walk amongst the tables. And I had hired a young lady to work the door. I had paid her to let people in and all that kind of stuff. But I was still there by myself. Lisa was the first person to show up. How about that, Pamela Etiquette? She showed up. She was the first person to show up for my event. Before even the person I hired, Lisa was there. And she saw what I was doing. After our greetings and pleasantries, she saw, look, this man's by himself. He's trying to start making coffee now, but he's still got to set up his laptop. So between me trying to make coffee, set up my laptop, and she had the brilliant idea to record it on a stand. I think you had your stand with you because I didn't have a stand. So she kind of like took over right away. She said, he needs help. Let me help him for the event. She didn't just show up passive. She helped me in my very first event, and I ended up marrying her. So, ladies, if you want to find a husband, if you don't have one, just start supporting his stuff, and then you get a husband.
I did not go to the event to get a husband.
But you did, though. You did because it was natural for you to be helpful. When Lisa and I went to Corpus Christi, Texas, to both of us be speakers there a few years ago, 2 years ago, I think. But anyway,
no, it was 3 and it was almost our honeymoon.
No.
Yes, we went there for our honeymoon. We got married in April. We went
2016.
In July. Okay.
Maybe you're right. I don't know. Anyway, either way, but we were there for 4 days. Okay. We were only scheduled to speak like on the second day. We got there like 2 days early, I think, or a day early. We got there early. We let them know, look, we're here. We're willing to help out the event in any way we can. And Lisa and I, we did everything. They loved us. We did some media for the event. We filled in. If a speaker couldn't show, either Lisa did or I did. We both spoke 2 or 3 times that week. We did all kinds of interviews, and we had a ball. They treated us very well, and they paid us very well, too. But that's what we do. We'll show up early and be fully participatory and be willing to help out. And I think that's one of the reasons why they keep in touch with us, because they saw how we show up to events.
Absolutely, absolutely. Stephanie says, support and show up early and you find a spouse.
That's right.
Pamela, thank you. She's in the back chat and she said, Lisa, that's Lisa, always helping.
And Brittany thought that was funny too. Yeah.
I do try to be helpful. And I plan to continue that even on tonight with our future authors for 2022. Tonight's class is going to be teaching what's the best option for publishing your book. It may be working with me, and may be other options. I'm going to lay those out for you. And then what do you do with your book after you have it? Just like anything else, sometimes it's not about the event. It's about the journey, right? Just getting the book in your hand may not be enough. You end up with a stack of books in the corner in your garage, right? So showing you what to do to actually make writing your book both profitable and an important resource. Hopefully you've written something that is an important resource to individuals and you want to get it into the hands of those that need it. So those are the things that we're going to be talking about. You can come to the class tonight for free. Go to bit.ly/publishYOU 2022, and the P in publish is capital, the Y in U is capital 2022. And we look forward to seeing you there. Jacqueline says, I'm like Lisa. I always show up early at events so I can help. I love serving and I love people.
Amen. I love those kinds of people. Speaking of which, today at 2 p.m., and I was hoping she was going to be on here, Miss Shanrika Crawford Benjamin, tell us about the Benjamins, baby. Shanrika is doing a Facebook Live today for her community. Speak about it, okay? And so say something. Yeah. So that's her event today at 2:00. I'm going to be the featured speaker today, and I'm going to talk today about selling your way through life. Selling your way through life. How often you have to sell. You have to sell your spouse. You have to sell your coworkers. You have to sell people that you're offering your services to. There are a lot of opportunities that you have to sell your way through life. I'm going to talk about everyday sales, how you sell your way through life.
Absolutely, Brittany. You better say that. She says the work begins after the book is written. Absolutely. Promoting your book is your business. Preach.
Books sell when you sell them.
Absolutely.
And if you're not actively selling your books, guess what happens? They just don't sell. They only sell when you sell them. Oh my gosh, we late.
That's right. That's right. Tonight at 9:00, if you have not been already participating in Storytime with Paw B, it is an amazing opportunity to get some useful fictional stories, some edutainment. Actually, I want to call it inspirtainment. It's actually inspirtainment. And tonight's story is one of my favorites.
Mine too. But tonight is not fiction. Tonight is nonfiction story. The story is titled The Little White Girl and the Blood Wings. The Little White Girl and the Blood Wings. I'm going to tell that story tonight at 10 p.m.
Story 9 p.m. Awesome. At 9 p.m. Eastern, story time with Paw B.
Yeah. So I'm doing that tonight at 9, and you all are invited. It'll be less than 10 minutes long. Consider it your nighttime bedtime story.
That's right. I love that. Thank you for capturing that for me. Stephanie, inspirtainment. Absolutely. Inspirtainment. It really is. Every night is another story about how to get through life. We end up where we want to be. We get to decide that. Jacqueline says, have books published, and I'm going to talk to you, Lisa. Talking to my co-author now, praying it is something you can help with. Amen.
I hope so too.
To finding a way.
So what we're going to do now is what we do daily. We like to thank our guests. And the way we thank our guests, especially you guys who've been rocking with us for years, especially for you guests who are consistent contributors to the show. We do it with a greeting logo or a greeting song. And it goes a little something like this.
That's right. Our first up is Dr. Deborah.
Dr. Deborah has a greeting song, and it goes like,
Dr. Deborah, nonprofit strategist and funding coach.
Good morning, Dr. Deborah. Dr. Beverly has a logo, and it goes, Dr. Beverly is on the show. Good morning, Dr. Beverly.
Good morning, Jacqueline.
According to Jacqueline, has a song.
Jacqueline Rosie, pretty little girl that I adore. You're the only one my heart beats for. I'm so glad that you are mine.
Good morning, Sister Jacqueline. According to Jacqueline, Mark Greer has a jam. So wide you can't get around it.
So low you can't get under it.
So high you can't get over it. Mark Greer is under a groove. He's getting down just for the funk of it. Mark Greer is under a groove. Nothing can stop us now.
I love it. I love it. I love it. We got Brittany. We miss Brittany.
Brittany's got a jam.
It's Brittany. It's Brittany. It's Brittany. Brittany Thomas. It's Brittany. It's Brittany. It's Brittany. Brittany. It's your time. It's your time. Yeah.
That's right, Miss Brittany. Good morning to you as well.
Absolutely.
Stephanie Mars is here.
Stephanie, life has new meaning to me.
There is beauty up above and things we never take notice of. You wake up and Stephanie, you're in love. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Good morning, Gabe. If you are on here and you don't have a greeting song yet or a greeting logo, you can get one.
Say something. Let us know what music you like, and let us find out a little bit about you.
Miss Phyllis is here.
Together. Good morning.
She has a logo.
Phyllis.
Miss Phyllis is here. So clear the way. Miss Phyllis is here. Now we can all have a great day. Good morning, Miss Phyllis.
Absolutely. Good morning.
Good morning
Julie
again, Monica
Ray.
Pearson. Julie Ray Hammondtree. Find out what she means to me.
Julie Ray Hammondtree.
Good morning.
I'm so grateful you're here.
Stephanie Mars.
Katura.
If we record those, who's going to listen to that? Stephanie Mars. She says, you guys need to record these. Katura is here. Back to life. Back to Katura Green.
However do you want it? However
do you need it?
Do you need it?
You know, Lisa's been having to dab at her nose and blow her nose. We don't get sick in this house. We haven't been sick in years.
I'm not sick now.
Okay, good, because we don't have time to be sick in this house.
I'm not sick now. My nose is running, and I don't want to do like Pookin' them.
Okay. Scroll down, baby. See if we got anyone else.
So I wipe my nose. It's the ragweed that is trying to get into my life.
That makes sense to me.
And I don't. And
Felicia, did we do Felicia song?
Felicia, we love you.
You're the one for me. Good morning, Miss
You know
Felicia.
what I realize is how many of our songs have the word love in them.
Good. I didn't realize it, but I'm cool with it. Okay.
We love our audience. We love what you bring to the table. We love the diversity.
And the show does not work at all without you.
No, absolutely. Absolutely. Dr. Deborah loves her song. She says, Dr. Deborah, nonprofit strategy and funding coach. Getting you funding ready.
Nonprofit strategist
and funding coach.
Okay,
you loving it?
I'm trying to get the right flow. Nonprofit strategist.
It's strategy and funding coach.
Strategy. No, I'm saying my way.
Do whatever you like. Do
Nonprofit strategist and funding coach.
Getting you funding ready. I had to comment. First of all, let me say this. I am always looking for ways to connect you guys to business, to ministry, to opportunities, right? And so in the times, and I manage my time, I do not live on Facebook, right? So in my time, when I am in Facebook, when I am on Instagram, or when I am in Clubhouse or whatever, I'm also looking for connections. And there was a post in Blacks in Nonprofits, which is a group that I don't even know how I got into because I don't know. Anyway, they were talking about somebody was looking for a grant writer. And that is often the most uninformed requests that many new nonprofits make. I want a grant writer. I need a grant writer. I want to hire a grant writer. And a lot of times, A, they don't have a grant to write. B, they don't have their program funding ready, meaning that if they got even looked at for a grant, they couldn't be accepted because they were not in a position to receive it.
Say it.
Right. And so that's why what Dr. Deborah does is so much more important than just, giving you writing your grant for you. She is showing you how to prepare to be able to receive the grants, making sure that your ducks in a row, that your system is set up, making sure that your program is properly documented.
You need it. You need it, period. If you have a nonprofit, you need that help. Done. You just do.
And so you want to definitely connect with Dr. Deborah. And I would actually say you want to connect with her before you do your 501c3, because why not get it right from the beginning?
Sister Stephanie says, we love you both.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Dr. Beverly says, I can seriously say Brian and Lisa are two great people that are easy to love and are so grateful for sharing information, helping us to do better, get better, learn more, and succeed.
That must have been
learn more. She meant to say learn more.
Yes, absolutely.
And succeed. She's doing text to type. Where did that go?
And thank you from my whole heart, and I appreciate your family for being who they are. I love you all. We love you, and you are part of the family.
Learn more and succeed. Wow.
That's text to talk. Jacqueline says more probiotics and prebiotics will help with the allergies. Also add bitter herbs to the root of the situation. Need suggestions, call me. I don't take anything.
But you should do that.
So I should probably do that.
Do that.
That's what I'm saying. But I'm saying I don't take anything. So I'm like, it's not like I could take more. Any would be more. So just figuring it out. And Dr. Deborah says, yes, get it right from the beginning. From the beginning. One of my former mentors would always talk like that. She was from Mississippi. And she would say, do it right from the beginning.
Man, yesterday I had a client in the UK, British area. And he said to me, Brian, before we get off the call, I have to tell you, I love how you say the word money. I heard that.
You're now intellectually known.
And I'm known to rock a microphone. But anyway, we got to go. Thank you guys for joining us.
We appreciate you joining us today. I hope to see you tonight for class, or I hope to hear about the fun time that you had tonight in Winning Wednesday with Pamela. So I look forward to hearing everything tomorrow. And don't forget to have sex.
Bye-bye.